Is prospecting as we know it dead? Say the word prospecting and it conjures up all sorts of horrible images in the minds of most people. Things like calling up strangers, getting yelled at for having the audacity to make a phone call, and then getting hung up on. Or attending a networking event and lurking in the shadows with bad wine and chicken while attempting to find someone that looks friendly enough to have a conversation. Or calling existing clients and begging them for a referral and hearing the all too familiar, "Sure, let me think about that. I'll get back to you." And then hearing crickets and not knowing what to do next. Or spending an hour crafting a sales email that sounds pretty good but goes completely unanswered no matter how many people you send it to. Or trolling social media for half your day while commenting on other people's posts, or maybe posting your own and hearing nothing from anyone except for the people that want to sell you something. With outcomes like those, is it any wonder that 90% of salespeople and business owners want nothing to do with those activities? I mean, they don't sound like fun, and for most people, they don't generate consistently good results. I spent 15 years training salespeople and business owners on the best techniques for cold calling, networking, asking for referrals, and using social media. The result? 60% of my clients still didn't do it. It used to baffle me as to why someone would hire me to teach them to prospect effectively and then not execute what they learned. But what I finally realized was that for most people, old school prospecting is just too much of a leap. It's too scary, no matter how many times you teach them how to do it. And as a result, they would run into three main problems. First, their mind would come up with a million reasons why those activities or techniques wouldn't work. Then they would remember a harsh reaction from one prospect 10 years ago, which just made them want to quit. Or they would realize that really the only way to improve on these things was to do large quantities of it. And most people generally just are not willing to put in that level of work or to suffer that much in their quest for improvement. So, what is the alternative? Well, along comes social media. The heavens open, the sun starts shining again. At least that's what everyone thought. The idea with social media was that all you needed to do was create a profile and the masses would come. Kind of like Field of Dreams. Build it and they will come. But it turns out that's not exactly how it works. If you look at most social media profiles, you see the same thing over and over again. On a Facebook personal page, it is a number of random pictures of vacations, smiling faces, and someone's dinner. If it's a business page, there may be quotes, boring business photos, and some kind of a product or service push. Yawn. On LinkedIn, it's a business photo coupled with complete gibberish about what someone does and their entire resume for the last 30 years. And you wonder why no one interacts with your profile? Probably because they fell asleep while looking at it. It sounds harsh, but it's true. In sales, you have to do something different than everyone else, otherwise you will be treated like everyone else. And if you believe that, then you know it's time to do something different in prospecting. So if there is one change you can make that is the easiest and the best way to start finding more prospects, start with your social media profile. The banner at the top of your Facebook or your LinkedIn page is prime real estate that most people are wasting. The best way to make use of that space is to turn it into a call to action. Because honestly, no one cares about your title or your company name. They care about whether you solve the problems they have. That's it. But you can't stop there. Once someone believes you might be able to solve their problem, you have to create a trigger on your page that inspires them to take action so you can start a conversation and then a relationship. Because without that conversation, you have nothing. There are tons of people that are looking at your social media profiles every single day that you don't even know about because they bounce in, they find nothing to engage with, and they bounce out. So the best way to get them to pause and take action is to offer them something of value, whether it's a checklist, an ebook, or a video. But that has to be overtly available the minute they see your profile. Nowadays, it is so easy to create something valuable for people because you have so much information just sitting in your head. And if you combine that with the use of something like Canva, a free software tool, it can make anything look professional. Or go to plr.com and buy the rights to all sorts of great books or videos or checklists that are already written. Sometimes they're $9, $10, $12. So there really is no excuse. So if you hate cold calling, networking, asking for referrals, or any other of those old school prospecting activities, then start to transform your social media profile so it can do the heavy lifting for you. Social media can definitely make life easier from a prospecting standpoint if you do it correctly and do it before everyone else does. Now is the time to take action because your competition hasn't figured it out yet, but they will. And if they do it before you do, then you are in a defensive position. And selling never goes well when you are on the defense. Choose to be on the offense now and execute quickly and surely. If you want a step-by-step guide on how to change your profile to generate leads and ideas on offers that you can give people, then just click this button below to get the No More Prospecting Blueprint. It will walk you through step-by-step what to do so that you can start to generate leads far more easily. And believe me, it beats cold calling or cold emailing any day. In the meantime, of course, be sure to laugh a lot and learn a lot.